That we are.
We're going on Mirage.
Not yet, but it's time to go now, Dan.
Yeah.
You know what that means? It's a good time.
Yeah.
Good time to be alive. It's a good time to be alive because it's a Mad Lions party. They're starting on the T side. Let's see what they've got for us. I'm hoping a fair amount. Sorsal had a decent performance on Nuke, but really for me, it was Warrow who was the standout player. He seemed to be the one getting all the impact frags. The AWP was actually ringing pretty true, which will be massive if it can do so here on Mirage. Especially on this T side, you can get a lot of advantages with it. AWP is pretty integral these days. Heap has got a pretty good read on what's coming, though. He understands the underpass is likely to be the aim of the game, and there are 3 players stacked up all around mid here for Dignitas. They have a good understanding of what's coming.
Or up though from top mid. If his teammates draw diversion from underground, he could really make life a little bit difficult. I'm sure at least one of these Dignitas players are going to hold that position as initial contact is made. The other players push through. How's it going to get taken down by TMB? I think that was a good jumping block that did the job. Forest finally gets one in return, and now these T's are in a bit of a sort of mixing pit here. They're being ground up. They're going to fight their way out though, and Warrow's pistol, the P250, actually finding a lot of success. 2 kills from him, but the bomb dropped him mid. Heap's just going to back out of it and go back up into the window and try and wrap around to find Warrow. He's going to be lurking his way up towards top mid. This is all going to come down to time and who's going to look where. Heap's going to look the wrong way, and I think Warrow's going to have this. He surely does. Yes, he does. Mad Lions secure the pistol round and get their T-side underway early on.
Great start. Fantastic start for Mad Lions. Best possible start for Mad Lions, mind you. But I always do consider pistol rounds to be a little bit funky sometimes. I like it more when we get into the gun rounds because that gives us a better idea as to who's going to do what. So anyway, pistol round time over. Deagle time ready. Dignitas have brought in all those Deagles and they're looking to try and make their impact felt. Halzerk has decided not to go too invest heavy with the armor, the head armor of the utility, because he wants that AWP. So just leaving a little bit extra in the balance here for him. But overall on the A site, it's not going that well for Dignitas already, as Freiburg's been removed. That leaves Heap here almost certainly to defend both mid and A by his lonesome. Got a lot on his plate, and unfortunately it's just got a lot more because Halzerk's been taken down at CT. The A site is now almost completely under the control of the T side, and Heap, whilst he's getting one good frag, is just so low on HP that surely there's not much more left in the tank for him as he finds Borup. Needs Forest's assistance now if he's going to get anything out this round, and I think they're both deciding that the best option here is just to save, because they need some threat in the next round, right? Otherwise it would just be USPs, and to get away with the MAC-10, get away with the kit and the Deagle, it's a good day for Dignitas.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Obviously, a little hope to maybe find a little bit of damage in this next round as well. Sometimes you can't get everything you want, George. Some things in life are just off limits.
I don't think I want to go into the off-limits stuff, Dan. I think it's off-limits for a reason, you know?
No, I was more talking about, you know, like, sneaking a quick Mars bar while you're on, like, a keto diet or something. Mars bar is off-limits.
I feel like that resonates personally for you. I don't know why you'd brought that up otherwise.
Stash.
You got a secret stash, do you?
Yeah.
Man, that's naughty.
I know. So it is just a couple Deagles, the MAC-10 for Heap. Don't think he'll be finding heaps of frags this round, though.
I bet no one's ever said that before.
I know, I'm just full of the original ideas today. But I will say, George, at least I didn't use it in, like, some sick clutch or something. It's just a throwaway comment.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose that's better than nothing. And for Warrow, 4 frags to start things off, 4 and 0, definitely better than nothing. He's going to be feeling good about himself after Nuke. Despite it being a loss, he played really, really well. I think Nuke is a map in which we sometimes see Hudson subbing in more general states of affairs. So the fact that Warrow is being able to adjust quite nicely to a map that he's not always getting able to play, pretty good. Pretty positive signs for the Mad Lions moving in further to the RMR event, of course. I think it's good. And even if, right, so Mad Lions, if they lose here to Dignitas like you're expecting them to in a third map, I think there's still plenty to say that they can make it through. I mean, they've still got another match to play hereafter, right? It's another loose bracket game, so they'll be just fine. Potentially. Just maybe, Dan. There's a chance for them to do some success, because I really like these kind of like project multinational lineups. I love seeing them work out, and Mad Lions have got a really good ethos, a really good foundation, and all around just give me a warm, fuzzy feeling when I think about this team being put together.
A warm, fuzzy feeling. Nice. Tell you, this is gonna sound just completely out of whack, but I get a warm fuzzy feeling from my bed recently because I have this like blanket and it is just delightfully cozy.
Yeah, but you still can't sleep though, can you?
No, I can't. It's true.
Just as a side note for everybody, and I'm not gonna like air Dan's dirty laundry for whatever
Sounds
reason,
like
but
you're about to.
Man did say this morning that he went to sleep at about 7 a.m. Man is truly living the gamer life.
It's not a choice. It is
No,
what it
Dan,
is.
it's a lifestyle.
I wasn't even going for that, but
You have to lean into it.
no.
Dan is just the tired caster.
No, I'm always.
You know
awake
that
for
meme
casting.
where it's the really shriveled dude and the girl, and it's like, time to cast another IEM game. Yes, honey, that's you, Dan. You're just tired of it, constantly working, always working, and then when you're not, you're always sleeping. Where do you find time to shave your head?
Oh, I mean, you could ask Sorcel that question, but Heap's done the job for him.
Yeah, it doesn't need to find the time when he has
No.
someone to do it for him.
That's given Dignitas now that 2-man advantage. First gun round, looking like it's locked and loaded for the Dignitas side. Ooh. Halzerk just getting the timing a little wrong there as he went off the peak, just as I think Warrow was trying to peek into him. Would have been a pretty good chance of the frag there for Halzerk, just to cement this round, get the base, the foundation laid down. He finds it either way with a bit of a repeat, catches Warrow looking the other way, and with 8 seconds on the clock, there's surely nothing that can be done. Halzerk is just lighting them up one by one, and even able to get out of the fire with just 8 HP to keep Dignitas alive with 5.
And
Actually
better yet,
shift into a
Dan,
double up.
That's what I was about to say. They catch a double up setup out of that as well, which is super nice for Dignitas. And they also get the Krieg onto Freiburg. So all in all, this CT side is already rocking, and they've only won 1 round so far. So Mad Lion's going to take a timeout just to discuss what they want to do after that pretty catastrophic loss there, as 5 players stay alive for Dignitas as well. I don't know if you noticed, but I know there were 2 players on very low HP. They all managed to live. Great times for the Mad Lions. I'm really excited about this upcoming game. Mirage for me is going to be awesome because we love seeing fraggy kind of maps, and usually I hate games of Mirage, but between these 2 teams, I think I can put my contempt, my hatred, my seething passion for Mirage to one side and enjoy some good frags and a backstab that someone's just distributed to JL off spawn. That's not ideal. But yeah, I think this is going to be a good map. I'm looking forward to it, especially after what the first map delivered in the first half at the least. It's going to be good. And Heap already just going to take control of mid. Again, 3-prong setup inside a middle, not going to be elected for this time by Dig. Instead, they're going to put Heap in there with Halzerk on the crossfire, keeping his eyes peeled towards underpass, which soon, with the position of Mad Lions, could actually become quite a lucrative position.
Let Crow. Look at this tight angle, George. It's so tantalizingly teasing. Oh, when's he gonna shoot? He's gonna like not to. Oh, this is
Come
like.
on. Just find the shot.
Oh, this is better than what you can find on the internet. As Waru just obliterates him. Now he's gonna be looking for more as well. Around the edge of the smoke, there goes Heap. Warrow is unleashed and he's looking to try and make amends for that previous round where he got caught out. Halzerk trying to push in, can't find anything. Forrest still in the site though, looking for frags, but all these confined as a single Single molecular frag, and it's now Freiburg 1 versus 3. Bomb not yet planted, but Warrow is going to push into the site and get that one down in just a moment's time.
So what's the play call here for Freiburg? He has to peek into something, but what does he choose to die to? Well, it seems it's the AK of JL, who will complete the 3K that he started earlier on. And Mad Lions, 4-1 now. A great round from Warrow. That first frag onto Lekro was pretty good, but then the second frag was the one that really secured the round, taking out the B defenders right away, getting it sorted. Lovely. And yeah, Mad Lions going 4-1 up now, leaving the Dignitas side without an AWP, just having to buy in the M4s here to get the utility and armor up that they need. So let's see if they can at least contend with this. Alright. Bloodthirsty, damn. Had a decent nuke, looking even better here on Mirage.
His T side, at least a little bit better. Look at TMB. His position here could be huge, George. Could be able to find a sneaky pick, give his team something to work with. They're going to wrap around away from mid and actually over towards one of these more regular A site entrances. Heap still on the other side of this smoke. He's going to try and clear over towards TMB, but he's stuck. He can't get into the corner, and TMB realizes it as he's got Heap grinding up on his shoulder. We'll find the kill. Halzerk is there as well, but Freiburg's the one that gets the refrag. Halzerk's going to check towards connector. Deals with that player as well. Now, man advantage Dignitas. We're going to as well into even more frags. Just Warrow remained in. A 1 versus 4. And he can't even find the first. There's just too many players peeking at him at once. And Dignitas, a second on the board. They'll deny Mad Lions consecutive gun rounds. They themselves need to try and pick up consecutive rounds on their CT side.
When Dignitas win, they win convincingly. 5 players alive, 4 players alive. But when they lose, it's always like a bit of a scrappy affair for Mad Lions, bringing it down to 3 players remaining, 2 players remaining. So as a result of that, you can see the Mad Lions economy is just instantly reset with a round loss. So here, it should present a good opportunity for Dignitas to now try and get 2 on the trot. It is just blocks coming on in. Should be easy frags for Freiburg. The nade that's launched in towards Palace is absolutely catastrophic, and Heat will finish the job too. So a quick round for Dig. They'll get themselves up to 3 on the scoreboard. And now, as a result, the AWP back in for Halzerk, still just dropping over a weapon to one of his teammates to give a helping hand. And yeah, looking all good. Dignitas just starting to try and find their feet here on the CT side early on. Mad Lions are now going to be back on the buy, though, so they're going to do everything they can to disrupt them, be as irritating as possible, try and throw a fake or go to a different side, or just try and brute force it, whatever they want to do. Already TMB pressuring middle. Heap, in fact, going exceptionally aggressive and getting his head whipped clean off. Warrow heard that one all day long, knew it was coming, finds the headshot. Dignitas now find themselves down in a 4-on-5, and 3 players stacked up in Palace, about ready to spill over the waterfall into the A site, and Freiburg is not ready for it.
Halzerk posted up with his AWP as well. Could be huge frags for him. Good one onto JL. Actually drops the bomb and gives Dignitas a little bit more time to rotate in, but there's still a player on the lurk. Halzerk is finding shots aplenty from this ticket booth, and he's going to go over the top as well. Just misses the chance on the player over towards connector. That will be TMB, but Forrest is going to creep in. Lekro is the one that finds the first frag, though. And now Dignitas have been able to convert it back into their favor. They're going to drop a smoke onto that bomb. They know at least one player is surely towards connector. And actually, Halzerk, he's just going to stick it. TMB, he's got the lineup, but he's not going to take the shot. And when he realizes it, it's a little bit too late. Dignitas are able to convert the round from a man deficit.
That's just the strangest thing ever. I guess TMB doesn't hear the tap on the defuse because he's too far away, and there's a lot of noise going on inside of the site, I guess. Just doesn't take the shot. Realizing the bomb's getting to a point in the round where surely somebody's got to be on it. He takes the shot in the end, but it's just a little too late. And as a result, Dignitas steal away, as a matter of fact, a round they desperately needed. And now that leaves the T side a little bit hamstrung financially. You can see that Sourcel has only been able to muster up the MAC-10 here, but everybody else is still relatively healthy, financially speaking. The MAC-10 is already looking to get very, very aggressive. It's actually been extremely successful. It's found Lekro. The flashbang from TMB was nigh on perfect and leaves Lekro with no chance of returning fire, as now Freiburg has to stand tall once again. He won't fall to the same fate as he had previously in this exact position. He'll at least get one frag before it all comes tumbling down.
Still in an awkward position. Borup creeping up through the connector, that's why. As he tries to reposition himself, Borup is going to catch him. Halzerk, though, is looking so phenomenal with this AWP already. Misses the second shot onto the player towards Palace, and he's just got too many angles to look at after that. Borup, another for him. Leaves it all up towards Forest, who does a little bit of a tap away onto player in sight, but a 1v2... not going to be all too easy for him. He's wary of a player towards window, and he'd be right to think so, because Sorsel is in that position with a MAC-10. Forrest doing his best to make sure he doesn't make sound, but it doesn't matter if the enemy can see you.
Sorsel's just played with them this round. I highlighted the fact that he had the MAC-10 coming into it, and that seems to have not dissuaded him from doing damage at all. A really good round from Mad Lions, and a lot of it coming up with great team play over towards that B side. Just a perfect flashbang from TMB, and just for that alone, finds himself a nice round of rewards. Forest even just loses out to the MAC-10 there as well. That's why you like the MAC-10, Dan. Moving accuracy, it's incredibly hard to track in straight one-on-one gunfights like that at close range. As a result, Mad Lions find their fifth. It's a lovely little fifth to find as well, because it bails them out of what looked to be a very sticky spot and puts Dignitas right back into one of similar stickiness. They've got 2 Deagles, 2 AWPs, and an M4. So it's feast and famine for the Dignitas side at the moment.
Halzerk already straight into it. Another kill for him, now 10 and 6 so far in this game, and this AWP is just looking so strong, but a little bit of head showing. That's all TMB needs with that recovered AWP. An equalising frag. Dignitas not got the best weaponry in this round either. That flashbang is good, but Freiburg doesn't check the corner. And Sorsel will be able to prevail for a second as well. Heap meets his maker, and unfortunately it leaves Dignitas in a 2-on-4. As Lekro wants to try and find a remedy to this situation, but the AWP in his hands needs to try and find some quick shot. Support from Forest, who does get the first though. Now, 3 more to collect. They're still not wanting to push in towards this A site just yet, Mad Lions. They're a little bit hesitant, worried about where Dignitas might be locating themselves, and actually Dignitas are backing away from this A site. They'll realise now as the smoke and flashbangs coming towards this site that it is going to be the A play, and now Forrest all on his lonesome. What can he do? Maybe not much, maybe a lot, but the bomb is surely going to get planted in a moment. Looking for the shot. Forrest able to spot out the first, and he's tagged TMB down low. Now needs to try and figure out where JL is going to be playing from, and Forrest, he knows these situations so well. He now knows them both. Gets the first, is able to reload in safety, and now it's up to JL to try and clutch this one out. Forrest switching to the AWP. He knows JL's up towards the Palace, wants that one-shot potential. JL will have heard that scope as well. And now Forrest with a kit. Is he just going to hold it? He's just going to hold it. JL trying to bait out the peak. He realises Forrest's on it, but it's too late. And it's just this hard stick from Dignitas as they win a 5th out. Forrest, the 1 versus 2 clutch. And his old age certainly hasn't done him too many bad tricks there.
God, big beard, bigger brain from Forrest. The click of the scope to make him think that he's still holding it, hasn't heard the unclick or the weapon swap, and as a result then just goes and sticks the bomb. JL's just like, I'm not really sure if he's actually sticking it or not. I'm not even sure if he's unscoped or not. Is he just faking me out? What's the play here? And as a result, Dignitas get their 5th. It's the 2nd round they've managed to garner now through a straight ninja defuse, just sticking it with absolute gall and determination to win the round because of it. Now 5-5 gives them an opportunity just to try and level the playing field once more here, with Mad Lions onto their bottom dollar, Dignitas onto theirs as well. No residual cash remaining for either of these 2 teams. So of maximum importance to both teams for this round. They'll break one another if they win it. Bomb plant absolutely important for Mad Lions if they can get it. Been integral to their victories so far, but it's still yet maybe integral to their losses for future victories to come. No AWP on the Dignitas side either, which does make matters a little more difficult for Halzerk, who ever since he got that weapon in his hands has been nothing short of unstoppable with it. 10 frags leading the way for his side. Level with Warrow. Now Forest forced forward, but not before Freiburg's caught TMB.
Oh, this is a great play, Forest, who doesn't check his left. And he's going to pay the price. That little gun barrel, the little gap in the smoke. Halzerk's trying to spray, but he can't control the FAMAS. And that's a huge kill coming through from JL in return to try and buy the Mad Lions a little bit of space. Lecro trying to back away to cover his rear. And he does actually get the kill onto Sorsal, but he's just going to try and jump back through the window. And that's straight into the eyes of Warrow. But there's damage aplenty being done by both sides of the equation. Heap down to 16, Warrow down to 24, and JL's going to be pushing in from this market door. He catches Heap, flashing his hands. Freiburg just straight through the molly. It's absolute carnage, and Warrow will punish them. Even shooting the TV, because why not? That broadcast was pretty bad anyway.
Yeah, it didn't look too great. Like a strange technical error message, and that's really what Dignitas will be receiving in their brains now, because this is just really bad for them. They don't have the money to go for a buy. They'll almost inevitably concede around here. They're going to go for the force buy. It's risky. It could pay off, but I suppose they won't have the money to buy in the next round anyway, so your options are double eco or force buy an eco. And immediately Warrow takes Halzerk down, giving him no time to try and do any funny business. Eep going to rotate in towards mid-window to try and stop the bleeding, but it won't matter all that much. Freiburg grabs one. Doesn't want to greed for the AK here yet. So maybe try and collect it inside the smoke. Ooh. But even spots Boar up, and now that's the bomb dropped. Huge amounts of information. Freiburg clambering for the AK-47, and then finally gets it in his grasp. Oh no, it's happening. It's the eco, the force frags. It's all coming on through. Oh, Heap! Have mercy! Rest down on TMB's soul. It's all left up to Warrow. He's been great so far, but a 1 versus 4 now, recovering weapons all over the shop. Surely there's no way Dignitas lose this round as Warrow walks over the bomb, recovers it, keeps scoping his way in, ever so slightly edging his way, tantalizingly close into the site. Has the opportunity to go back out and around, but Dignitas will almost certainly read it. Has to fight his way out. There's no flight option. Warrow's going to turn the corner, but dead from underneath. It's Freiburg who opens the round as the one to close it shut. 6-6, Dan.
Well, that was mental. That was outrageous. From the Dignitas side, those Deagles look so sick. And that's even things up here. Denied Mad Lions a chance to really get a bit of a lead here. It could have been, what, 8-5 before Dignitas would have rebought? Now they're left scarpering themselves to try and get whatever they can into this next round. It's Deagles for plenty for them once more. And Halzerk, this is the first shot. He's going to get punished by TMB. Oh, Mad Lion's going to fight back and pull this one back into winnable position for them. They want to get this solid T-side through. I mean, 6 rounds already pretty good, but you want to get a little bit more as Smoke begins to fade. He could have a lot on the cards, but that flashbang, not enough to give him more than one. Freiburg next up in line towards Connector, but it's the Mad Lions who still have the man advantage, and maybe TMB's going to spot him out. Oh, it's the Deagles once again, but this time it's in the hands of the Mad Lions where they're finding success. Forest, he gets one in return, but 14 HP. He's going to be a super soft target, a tender loin for these Mad Lions to have a little bit of a munch on. And I think Dignitas, thinking about saving already. Lecro is working his way through T-spawn. Looks like they are going to have a little bit of a go towards this. Or it's going to have a peek from short. If JL's deep connector, that'll be the first point of contact, nice and he nails it. Important shot to find. And now Lecro's going to be wrapping around in towards Palace.
They need to coordinate this.
Towards CT. They
need to coordinate it. It's not going to work if they don't. It's literally not going to work if they don't. And already the first shot goes out from TMB, now leaving alone Sorsal to the back of the site. Forest has no other options than to go straight on in, and TMB's got it sorted. Just a slight mistiming there. You really wanted Forest to be looking down a ramp, ideally, after he'd cleared the rest of the site out. Just, yeah, a little bit funky on the timing. It's always very difficult to kind of mesh up, especially in online play where you can't look over to your partner's monitor and see what's going on, but Mad Lions, even after the win, will take the timeout. A much-needed win, by the way. We're playing ping-pong again. We had this last night with Endpoint versus Saw. on Vertigo. They just could not stop winning Force Buys against one another, and we're seeing it again here. Mad Lions are not being allowed to run away with this half despite their best efforts, Dan.
But Deagles, George. But Deagles. They're back out. Dignitas. Hoping to once again live up to the Dignitas.
Dignitas? I like it.
As I've seen people, you know, spitting that one out. I think it's pretty fire.
Good.
Just like the Deagle shots that Dignitas have been hitting. And the Mad Lions, actually. Everybody just hitting sick Deagle shots right now, and right now, Mad Lions, they have this advantage, but they need to convert it and deny. Dignitas, A7 from the board. Freiburg is going to try and go up, but it's going to be his demise. It was very ambitious, wanted to try and catch him off guard, and instead he's given up that ace site. His teammate going down as well. Leaves it in a 3-on-5, and a bit of a gap in that road. Hauserk looking for the shot, can't connect. It's Borup who takes him down, and now it is Lekro and Forest alone, as I'm sure this round is going to get wrapped up now by the Mad Lions side. Lekro a bit of a tenured sequence of shots on that. He does get it in the end. Forest looking for shots himself, but can only manage the first. As Mad Lions do secure an 8th, and they've locked in the lead for halftime. I'm sure they'll be happy with that.
Finally. Finally, the deadlock's been broken. The force buying back and forth can come to an end now, as it's the final round of the half. Dignitas are still going to give it another fair whack. But this time, Mad Lions have finally got 2 in a row. It's what they've been looking for a while, and it's now finally what they've got. Dignitas want an 8-7. They do. Make this game as competitive as possible. I mean, last time we had an 8-7 half, though, Dignitas came out and just mollywopped the entire CT side. That was on Nuke, of course, but this time they have an opportunity to try and do the same thing back on the T side. Often, I've even heard people make arguments for the T side being the better side on Mirage. I'm not sure how much of that I believe. I think it's a fairly balanced map, but it all just comes down to who plays it the best, really. I do think strategies are getting a bit stale on it, but even still, Dignitas, they're still going to be quite happy to play into it, and Mad Lions, well, they picked it, so it's still a popular map in the pool. People still like playing it.
Yeah. I think everybody sort of has a decent level of knowledge on this map. At least on an individual level. It's just such a popular map, and it's certainly providing the entertainment now as Lekro. Oh, bye-bye, Warrow. Nice to see ya nice, but Sorcel and JL, they do combine to take Lekro down in return. It's not without revenge. And now the Mad Lions starting to find frags themselves. Forest is still there again, just a 1 for him. And Hauserk's Deagle, oh, it's happening. Final round of the half, and the Deagles once again step into the foyer, but I think Hauserk's going to get caught off by TMB. He is, leaving it all up to Freiburg. A 1v2 for the King of Banana. But unfortunately, no bananas here. It's going to have to be the King of the B site if he wants to pull this one off, and he's going to be creeping towards the site from Market. A few shots whiffed from either side there as he's able to get a little bit further in. Knows there's probably going to be a player out towards short. It's going to be Borup in that location. Freiburg, look how much space he's got, and there goes TMB, and he could just hold the defuse. No, he can't. He's planted open for short, and he's no way, without a hit, that he wins this one out now. The time is just too far gone. He finds the shot, but there's no time, and it is going to be Mad Lions securing a 6th by the slimmest of their margins.
I think you meant a 9th, but I understand what you mean.
A 9th, yes, sorry. 6 is just an upside down 9. It's the same. But
69.
We are going to head to a short break. Join us on the other side for the second half of Mirage.
Drive me inside your walls now. Tell me I won't get out. Tell me I won't get out. Crush me with all that you are now. Tell me I won't get out. So tell me I won't get out.
Back into things on Mirage, and it's Dignitas with a 3-round deficit to overcome this time. Feels like a mirror image of Nuke. Obviously the roles reversed, as now Mad Lions, they can pick up a pistol round here that will surely be on the right path to securing a second map and securing the third to be played as well. Obviously that is going to be Inferno if it's needed. That is only if Mad Lions win out here though, and JL looking to try and make that a reality here. Nice first shot onto Lekro if he drops Halzerk as well. That would be the bomb. Halzerk needs to be careful about taking this fight. He really wants to do it, and he does take down JL, but Burr up there for support. Lays Halzerk to waste, and it's all going the way of Mad Lions here. Freiburg, last man alive, crept his way in through a site, but I think he's been spotted because, yeah, TMB and Warrow have his number. 10 on the board for the Lions, and that is a great start to the CT side for the Lions.
Yeah, great start for Mad Lions. That's both pistols now collected inside of this game, and that obviously gives them a huge advantage moving forward. Often it can be more dangerous if the T side is able to clap back with a force buy here and take the second round away from Mad Lions. So that's what Dignitas are going to look to try and angle for. They can win this round, they'll put themselves in equally as good stead as Mad Lions currently stand themselves in. But Mad have other ideas. Up aggressive inside of middle with the MP9, finds themselves the first frag. But unfortunately, Freiburg and Heap have other ideas about what to do with the round. Freiburg has got them way more aggressively asserted in his mind than anybody else. He's affirming his beliefs. He's found 2 frags. It's a 4-on-2 with the snap of the fingers down, and Dignitas have got free reign of the A site. Whether they realise it or not yet remains to be seen, but Mad Lions need to make a frantic slapdash rotation into one of these 2 sites sooner rather than later. They're frantically scrambling about middle, trying to figure out where these Ts are going to end up. As a result, they're going to spread their resources thin. One over towards B, one over towards A, one playing connector, one playing short. Warrow here can take down Lekro. Sure, that's great, but what advantage does that have when the bomb is over at B? Sorry, at A.
Lekro has spotted him out as well, sure. He's going to look for that fight. Oh, that is clapped. Warrow is dead, and now it's just Borrow below and a 1 versus 4. Dignitas fight back to the Deegs. Ooh, that was a little awkward. Thought he'd killed Lekro there. The first headshot on the M4 not doing the job. It didn't matter at the end because Freiburg is going to take him down. Ain't no rest for the wicked. And Dignitas, they fight back immediately.
That's really good for them. So good, Dan. We've had this conversation before. In fact, I think we had it last night when we saw a similar situation arise. Is that winning the second round on the T side is actually sometimes more impactful than the CT side, winning pistol. You explained it as because the loss bonus gets reset and therefore it takes longer to build up a reasonable time for the buy, and that's exactly right. It's perfect. It's so good for Dignitas right now. They just have all the cards in their hand. They just need to negotiate this round and make sure they don't get broken back themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say... I wouldn't say reset is the right word for that, but yeah, like the money gets pushed back and you don't have that sort of 2-stage loss bonus straight from the start. You end up with just the 1-stage loss bonus that you have to build up, so every round you lose is $500 less that goes into your account as that CT side. Now,
I don't think it's going to matter.
Eagles are finding a lot of success yet again, this time in the hands of Mad Lions, and they once again will fight back. 11-7.
Okay.
Now I have a team able to find an opening to try and score consecutive rounds here. And George, we had this last night. Endpoint versus Saw. It was what, like 6 or 7 rounds just back and forth between those 2 teams before finally I think Endpoint were able to break the back and get a couple in a row to at least get some ecos through for that other side.
I mean, we saw it in the first half of just this map as well. Constantly ping-ponging with the economy, and now finally, it looks like Mad Lions may have a chance to try and do something else. Oh, okay! Freiburg is just better with a deagle than he is with any other goddamn weapon! No way! He's found 2 already, thankfully. JL is able to trade out, and TMB's also got it sorted, but Heap has already opened up the A site. It's all moving too quickly. Mad Lions are struggling to react at this moment in time. Dignitas now 3-on-2 with the post plant. HE grenade is really, really good. Halzerk down to 23. Halzerk down to nothing. Heap still remains in the site. He's the one who planted the bomb. He's got the AK in hand as well, and Forrest playing Crossfire. This is the difficult situation now to try and work with. You've got to make sure that you win your one-on-ones. The Sorcel is looking a little bit saucy for the frag. Heap gets one, comes down to the one-on-one. Heap needs this win so very badly, and he gets it. He's going to let them know about it too. Dignitas force back again, and it is time for Force by Tennis. Once across the net, back across the net. Who's going to finally hit the winner?
It's a little awkward for the Mad Lions here. I mean, a few of these players have cash. They're obviously going to reinvest. But Borup only had like $1,400, so he's left with basically the Deagle and some armor. That's it. At least a few of his teammates have some utility to use, or head armor as well. But yeah, Mad Lions, another chance for them here as they wield these Deagles. Dignitas are going to have a couple AKs, a couple Gleals, but it's Warro with the opening, and here we go again. Round and around, swings and roundabouts. It's Mad Lions this time with the advantage, but there's still time for Dignitas to rectify this situation.
I feel like we're trapped again, Dan. I feel like we're trapped. It's bound to happen, isn't it?
The simulation keeps pulling us back in.
I know. Every time we think we're out, we're just snapped straight back in. Either way, I'm surprised really that all the Deagle frags for Dignitas are coming out of Freiburg, which is surprising because Lekro is famed for his Deagle plays, and he's not really been having the same impact as of yet. Still time, of course. They need to stabilize this round, though. It's absolutely essential. I don't even understate it when I say that much. It is so important that Dignitas can win this round just to get themselves in position to try and play through in this half. Nice shots from Heap to open things up. TMB, unfortunately not taken down right away, but Lekro in a scrappy fight will get him. Now Freiburg just keeping guard onto Borup, who's burning inside of the flames. It spreads to his feet and finally takes him down. Freiburg ready for two more inside of the connector before Halzerk chimes in for the assistance. Thankfully, it looks as if Dignitas have collected themselves and got this one sorted out. Freiburg, 22 frags so far, having a vintage performance. And now Dignitas can really start to get the ball rolling, Dan. They've finally got themselves bedded in. They've dug in their heels, and they've finally stopped being pushed over and pushed around by Mad Lions. 11-9, Dignitas with the advantage on the bye.
Finally we'll see the USPs come out for the Mad Lions side. It's going to hurt, it's going to sting. At least we're able to find a couple off the back of that to inch closer to 16 on this map. You're going to be seeing Dignitas finding 10 here, double digits for them, and then they'll sit just one behind that Mad Lions score. So next gun round going to be hugely important, George. I need to plug in my headset.
Nice. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. But at 11-9, full eco here for Mad Lions. They should have a bye next round, so it won't get too crazily out of hand. Dignitas should be in with a free beat. A site is very stacked up here, and it seems that Dignitas are not going to play into this. They've already rotated all the way over towards B. Good read, I'd say, from Dig. They've got the connector smoked, which means that Freiburg and Forrest can make their ploy up the short position, just to doubly make sure that the B site is definitely clear. They're going to give that extra insurance policy on the way in, and now they should have a free B site. Absolutely scot-free, as a matter of fact. Don't have to pay a penny for it. And I might even be inclined to say, if I'm the Mad Lions here, that I'm not going to go towards this. I'm just not going to feed them any more cash. I know they haven't got any SMGs, but even the $300 is still money that they can put into their accounts. As now Forrest is going to cap 2 players on down with Freiburg's assistance for the third, leaving just Sorcel, who's taken the silencer off of his USP, which I really respect. Truly an alpha move.
Yeah. Is it going to
You
work
might even
out,
find
though?
a frag with it. Maybe not. I think maybe this round's a bit of a far cry. Even any frags in it are a bit of a far cry for him, as he's now definitely being hunted on down. Gets one on Forrest. Yeah, good. Unsilenced USP will no longer be a problem.
Finally, the guns coming out for the Lions. And they're looking ever so mad right now. Things getting a little bit close on their map pick here, and Dignitas still pushing them all the way. Mad Lions, a hugely important round now. Alzerk has the AWP out for Dignitas. Borrow, of course, will have the AWP for the Mad Lions, but it's a glass cannon, and JL aggressive towards the Palace. He's going to get punished by Forest. TMB has to back away, try and stay alive, son. I don't think he's going to be able to. He's being spammed, 35 HP, but I think he's just about able to stay alive, and that is a hugely important way to stay alive. Never mind, Heaps Nade finishes him off, and it's just a complete ransacking towards this A site, although Borup finding a couple.
What?
A lot of cast to come out for Halzerk to put an end to him, but it's Sourcel alone in a 1 versus 3, and I think Dignitas have done enough to find 11 here.
I think they have, but I don't know how. Halzerk just taking matters into his own hands, I guess. Going crazy aggressive into the site, way beyond the remit of the rest of his team. Absolutely no support. Misses the AWP shot and then somehow makes it work with the Glock. It's high risk, high reward. And Lekro thankfully finishes the job to bring around 11. Damn, what a crazy round. Halzerk just relentless in his pursuit of frags. Now with Mad Lions down in the doldrums, financially speaking, it should be about a half buy here. You want to buy a couple of deagles, upgraded pistols of sorts, armor if you can afford it, because the loss bonus is such that you will have a buy in the next round. $3,400 coming in for the Mad Lions when this round goes astray, if this round goes astray, because we've seen weirder things happen with the deagles already in this half. So let's not count our chickens before they've hatched, Dan.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
I don't want to think about this right now.
Yeah.
These are the questions that keep me up at night.
I side on the egg.
Because you are one.
Yeah.
You feel an affinity to the egg.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The tag there from Halzerk. Does catch JL. Not able to finish the job, though, as it's through the edge of the triple box. But it's a nice little bit of opening damage for Dignitas. Softens up a target. But still a lot more work to do. And these deagles look, oh, so menacing. Freiburg. We have an opportunity here on the TMB as he creeps around the edge of the smoke. No, Deagle wins it out. Catches Freiburg. Advantage, Mad Lions here. At least in terms of manpower, the weaponry still favours the Dignitas side, though, and Halzerk's looking to try and push forward. Has support from Lekro. Heat towards the Palace, wants to try and push out, but he's being held back by utility for the time being. It's going to be up to Forrest on his flank. He's going to be sneaking up, catches TMB, not as quickly, or a little bit quicker than Forrest maybe would have wanted to have revealed himself. Wanted to see a few more players before he had to fire off, and now they're going to be waiting for him, but his teammates doing job in towards the site. Forrest finally pushes out, gets himself a 2k, actually 3k all in all, and Dignitas do manage to remedy themselves in that round.
Just about. It was looking a little bit shaky there for a minute, but Forrest, thankfully, was like Jaws. The theme music was building up, as he appears from the connector, eventually stabilizing the round a little bit, getting a 3k out of it too, for good measure. So Dignitas feeling comfortable now. Halzerk's on the AWP. They've got 4 AK-47s. They've got a full utility belt for every single player. I've got to say, Dignitas in a good position. But now it's time for Mad Lions to think about making them feel uncomfortable. They've got the M4s back out. Warrow's back on the AWP, which is a scary prospect. He's already angling for a frag towards middle. Unfortunately, one is not going to come just yet. It's Forrest and Freiburg are looking a little bit pensive in their approach. Not really too interested in middle, shall we say. But Warrow definitely is. He's pushing on up. And as soon as he rounds this corner, you've got to anticipate that these two veterans will be ready to take his head clean off. A flashbang in his eyes might be enough to just stable the problem, but Warrow finds Freiburg. He's got assistance now from TMB. They need to stand their ground if Dignitas decide it's time to go back inside of middle. Thankfully for Mad Lions, they've backed all the way off, but Lekro from the underpass found one to level the playing field 4-on-4.
This is so important for the Lions. They need to really start to push Dignitas back into their corner, start to take control of this second map, because right now Dignitas are in a prime position to really make life difficult for the Mad Lions. It's 11 to 12. Dignitas with the advantage, and a 4-on-4 in this round could still swing either way. But the time, George, the time is getting a little bit low. 25 seconds to work with as they start their approach in towards his A site, and there's 2 players towards CT. Halzerk, that's a quick flick onto Sorsel, and that's a great frag to cover off Dignitas. He's behind. He's even able to catch Warro in towards window, and Warro tries his best, but only one frag can be found as they push forwards. Obviously, on top of that opener as well, he's only able to muster up 2 in the round, but Dignitas find 13, surely 14 to come to fruition as well.
It's looking likely now, Dan. Dignitas are in the driver's seat. All it took was just to break the back of those 4 spies. They're going to be coming in once again here. The Deagles are back. Oh no, it's like my nightmares all over again. Nerf the Deagle. Spam this Beagle to nerf Deagle. I believe that's the Twitch chat thing, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe it's too strong, maybe it's not. It does require a great amount of skill, but that's something that all of these players have in spades, as Forrest demonstrates around the periphery of the smoke onto Borup, and that's lovely. Freiburg just lobbies a flashbang in towards middle to try and garner some further presence. TMB wants to try and take that away by covering off Connector. Make sure that he's not going to be spotted all that easily. But just playing the utility game for the moment, just teasing and tantalizing one another until one of them gets brave enough to go for a bit of an ambitious peek. Halzerk, as soon as that smoke dissipates, he may spot the head of TMB, just tempting fate there. TMB is going to think better of it, rotate back away, play for a more passive angle instead. Dignitas just going to negotiate and maneuver, manipulate and meander through the map at the moment. They start to set their final ploy up towards the B site.
Freiburg having a lurk towards Connector. Not going to spot anything for the time being, as he'll regroup over on that catwalk to try and support his teammates. Halzerk can succumb to Sorsel. Deagle he will. Nothing more found by Sorsel, though. He's very quick on the trade, and that's good. Alleviate a little bit of that pressure, but still 4-on-4 could, or 4-on-3 rather. But Warro, he comes in from behind. The perfect timing, and it's shifted the round back into a winnable position for the Mad Lions. 2v2. Lekro's trying to push deep, and with Heath in support, or was in support, Lekro secures the round. 14 for Dignitas, but it gets oh so close as it's up to Lekro to clutch it out for them. As one more buy for the Mad Lions here. It's all or nothing for the international lineup. Warro will bring out that AWP as well, George.
Well, I said not to count your chickens before they've hatched, but now Mad Lions has to put all of those eggs into one basket. It's a double AWP setup basket, that is. This is Last Chance Saloon. Warro on that AWP, Sorsel on that AWP. 3 M4s to complement the assault, but only 1 kit amongst all of that. That's how hefty they've gone on this investment. Dignitas have looked mercurial so far after they've finally got the better of those 4 spies, but that HE grenade just rocks their world. 55 HP remaining on Heat as the lead hell sees all those players, and Warro claps out with 1, but Lekro trading inside of the A site. In fact, it's all left up to Forrest now. 1-on-3, finds the first of those 3. Still got 2 more to garner. Gonna plant the bomb. Sorsel and TMB are his opposition. Sorsel with 100 HP, TMB with 41, but it won't even matter. TMB gabs him first, and it will be Mad Lions living to fight just another day. They will scamper to collect that double AWP setup. They will scamper to collect that kit and all the utility they can, because money is tight. But this round was not.
Staying alive a little bit longer on map 2. Mad Lions need this to stay alive in this series. Dignitas, just a couple rounds away from securing that IEM Fall spot with a 2-0 win. Loser does not get eliminated. Loser will go to that lower bracket where they'll have 1 more chance to fight for an IEM Fall spot. I'm just going to double check who that will be against. I believe it's against either Skade or Anonymo, which is the other game that's currently going on. It should be, anyway.
I believe it is.
I think it's been a little bit delayed, courtesy of some tech issues, but it'll be starting very shortly, I think, over on that B stream. Right now, all focus on A. as it's, or well, on the A stream, I should say. Don't want to be too confusing there. As Dignitas are actually focusing their efforts on the B side. That is a huge shot from Sortel. The saucy shot, let's say. He's even able to get out of there unscathed. Great little opener. As now Freiburg is just so close to the spot TMB, and he will. Frag found. Equalizer secured. And Dignitas, they look like they still want to commit towards that B site, despite the opening that was already found. Sorcel is still posted up, has Borup on the balcony as well for a little bit of support as they will start to push forward. He'll be able to take the peak as his teammate draws their attention. He's first shot, surely going to connect. It will. Lectro goes down. Sorcel, is he going to try and jump shot it? No, he isn't. He's going to let Borup take the next contact, and that is good because it drops the bomb inside the site. Mad Lions, they're sort of cornered in this position, but they're still finding the frags, and it's a beautiful hold towards that B site. Neither of them go down, and they secure all of the frags. Mad Lions, 13 on the board. Dignitas, going to have to take a bit of a partial buy here, I think.
Got to say that was a bit poor from Dignitas there. No utility on their way into the B apartments. Not even a morsel of a flashbang. Just nothing. Just go in full cojones, hoping there would be nobody there. But obviously after that pick was already found, you got to imagine that there's going to be the AWP over there. Or at least somebody still defending that B site rather aggressively. And they were met with a rude awakening when they found out it wasn't just one person, it was two. Dignitas now call a timeout, appropriately so. They need to discuss what's going on financially here. Whilst Forest has a lot of money, Halzerk does not. So what is going to be the objective here? Are they going to try and drop out weapons, distribute the wealth around a little bit? Lekko and Freiburg are probably going to be okay to look after themselves. Heap has gone in pretty aggressively with the force buy. Well, just buying full stop as a matter of fact. I don't really know what the objective is. I guess this is what you'd constitute to be a half buy, right? They're buying down to about $2,000 per player. Getting 2 AKs in with it is a pretty damn good half buy, I must say. But it is very risky. Leaves you with it all to do at 14-14 if this one goes wrong.
He's the shot, does find it. Looking for a second, he actually tags Freiburg up. A huge tag as it follows through with the nade as well. They're going to try and boost over the smoke, but I don't think they can see anything around that, apart from up towards Palace, where maybe they can catch Heap. He's himself the AK, as does Forest. A little bit of spam coming through, but Heap is just going to try and lurk forward, spot towards Connector, but it's surely an unwinnable round now for Dignitas. Forest, the last one alive. Can't do anything apart from just maybe find a couple shots, get Borup, but nothing more than that. It's a tie game. Dignitas, that bomb plant, though, gives them a little bit of extra cash, and they will be able to bring through a full buy into the next one.
That bomb plant was needed. That bomb plant was really needed, but Mad Lions is still hanging in there, Dan. No matter how much damage you try and inflict to their economy, they're still going to keep on buying. And they have all the time in the world to do so. They have all the money in the world to do so right now because there is just not enough time left to whittle this economy down anymore. It's going to be do or die now for Dignitas. They lose this round without a bomb plant. They're going to be basically coming into the next round with a box of scraps. Meanwhile, Mad Lions will be able to reinvest if they win it. They're still sporting a double orb setup now of their own. JL and Warrow this time rather than Sorcel. So what's on the offering? Well, JL holding towards back. It's going to be the execute by the looks of things straight into the A site. Freiburg trying to lobby with the smokes that have been dropped in the faces of the CTs. They're going to try and concede the site for now, I imagine. Allow the bomb plant to come in and then try and deal with it after. What a shot from Warrow through the corner of the smoke. He finds Freiburg totally blind. Heap does trade onto TMB. Bomb is recovered, but it's now open and susceptible to CT. 2 frags found by the AWPers. Heap and Halzerk to rescue it. The double H combination need to come up clutch. First shot found by Heap onto JL. That's the AWPer gone. Now dancing with the second. Finds one more. A third maybe for Heap. Not quite. Halzerk's got it all to do. He's in behind enemy lines. They haven't checked for him. He's got the one. He's got the second. Halzerk has clutched it with the trigger discipline. Dignitas find 15.
Oh, what a way to do it. A 2 versus 4, George. Oh, it was Heap and Hauser. Heap doing so much work there to help out his teammate. 2 kills inside of the site, make it happen, and Dignitas call for a tactical. Can you blame them? Calm those nerves. The bomb plant is going to help out with the cash, but you really aren't going to have the best of buys. Hauser saving that AWP, though. That's going to help things massively as well. You can drop over an AK to one of his teammates. Forrest and Heap can probably buy. Lekro's going to be the one, or Freiburg maybe, might be the one that's left with a bit of a compromised buy. Maybe just a Galil for one of them. So it's not going to be an all too strong buy. Meanwhile, on the Mad Lion side, you've got everything you need to work with. Sorsel gets the M4 up, as does a few of his teammates. No secondary AWP this time, despite its success. Morrow with the single AWP. He's 25 and 20 right now, leading the way on the Mad Lion side up there with TMB. But on Dignitas, you got to look at Freiburg having such a spectacular game. Really, right now, it's only really Lekro, you could say, on that Dignitas side that's having a bit of a struggle. But still, even then, 15 to 20, not all that bad.
No,
Looks
not
like
all that
we are
bad
ready
at
to
all.
get back into things.
He's got a frag for every round they've won. Here we go then. Series point for Dignitas. Dab. Not to put too fine a point on it, but Dignitas back at LAN. Anybody fancy that one? I know I certainly do.
Oh, man, imagine it. Freiburg
Would be
and
good to
Forest.
see Forest and Freiburg again. Yeah, it'd be so good. I mean, even Lekro. I mean, it's been a hot minute since we've seen him really at a LAN event. I just hope that this team can find success with its new combination of young players and old.
Forest.
Oh,
Forest!
what a shot! What a time to bring it out as well, but it is instantaneously traded. Rendered, Mute, and Resolute. 4 versus 4 now, but into the B site they choose to go. Sorsel, the lone defender for the time being, but Halzerk and Borup get trade away. Heap onto Sorsel. All but 2 players stand between Dignitas and IEM Fall. Now just TMB, and he's on the flank. It's being watched, I'm imagining, by Heap. You can just turn at any moment. They've got this one sorted, surely. Molotov in the face. Orzek hears it. Orzek finishes it. 16 to 14. Dignitas 2-0.